You see, so there is a formula that you can bank on that's sustainable, guaranteed. This is where I'm going to be. That's how I know where y'all going to be, because I'm doing the math. You see what I'm saying? Based on this formula, right? And that's never been explained to you, has it? That's crazy. Anyway, good stuff. Thank you. Yeah, that's crazy. You're supposed to know that. Just record it. I appreciate it, because it's the same explanation I'm giving over and over. Okay, so look, we let me use this right here. We talking about strength, right? We talking about force. And folks who are going to watch what we just did, I want them to understand this, and I want you guys to understand it. So if we are doing a bench press and we do 100 pounds, right? So let's first of all talk about real quick what force is. Your muscles contract, they create force, right? And as long as we're doing it slowly, that's force. If we do it fast, we're adding speed with our strength, so that makes it power. That's why everything that's strength has to stop and start again. Your deadlifts the bar goes dead, it starts again. Overhead press, we go up, we stop, and then we start again. So force is the idea that it's not the building of muscle. It's actually mechanical force. Your body getting more efficient at moving the bar, moving the resistance. So in order to become more efficient at that, you have to deal with the same resistance every freaking time. If you come back in here and you went from 100 pounds and the next time you're dealing with 95 pounds because you forgot, then you're 5 pounds away from what makes you stronger. You have to deal with the same weight. So the way it works, when we're dealing with a weight, say our formula is 5 by 5. So if you were doing a bench press or a squat or whatever, and you were doing it with 100 pounds, you would have to do that for 5 sets, right? And 5 reps. Okay, so what does that make? That makes 25 reps total. This 25 reps here becomes your volume. Okay, now check this out. Because the more volume you build with 100 pounds, the easier it's going to be for your body to get adjusted to actually being able to get that little extra at 105 pounds. Now, if you're barely getting 100, if you're getting 5 reps, barely, just right within your reach for 5 sets, for 5 reps, then you're ready for 105. And that will tell you exactly when it's time to make that shift. If you play around and you go 105 too early, because you do 1 or 2 sets, you're like, I'm good, and you don't do rounds 3 and 4 and 5 because it's a formula. You need 25 reps. So if you only do 10 reps a total at 100 pounds, you think you're ready to go up. You're wrong. You see what I'm saying? You have to wait until you actually can do 5 by 5. This has been proven. It's been around for 100 years. It's like a Russian training technique. And so the key is right here is your volume. If you want to be stronger or more conditioned or have more speed, you have to work. You have to work at your highest capacity, right? Not 100%, because 100% might be, this person might lift 110 for 1 rep. Now, if you lift 110 for 1 rep and you do that for 5 sets, you think you're gonna get stronger? Ain't enough volume. You got 5 reps at 110 pounds. It ain't enough to make you go strong, so that person will be stuck right there. But the person who knows to use, there's another thing. 95% of their 95% of their max. So 95% of their max is the 100 pounds. Maybe their 110 pounds is their max. You can't train at your max. You can only train at sub-max. So we train at 95%, but that 5 sets or 5 reps pushes the volume well beyond anything you could do with 110 pounds. Because with the 110 pounds, we only had 5 reps. We had 1 rep per set. So yeah, you look good on Instagram, but that person's gonna be stuck right there for a long time. You understand? That's why guys make plateaus, because they don't understand how to build force. Last thing, the rest between these needs to be at least 3 minutes. If you're not resting 3 minutes in between 95% lifts, you don't have enough recovery to actually do that again, which means that you'll go from 95 to 93%. The next thing you know, you're at 90% for the workout is done. Or you never achieved your 95% because you're only resting 1 minute and you're only recovering enough to actually lift 90 pounds. So guess what? We're never going to get you to training at 105 pounds because you keep taking the wrong amount of rest time. So, and the reason why that's important is because when you feel any burn, last point, when you feel burn in the muscle, you are conditioning. If you want to develop strength, real force, you are not to feel any burn in your muscle. So we do 5 reps. When you do 7, 8, 9, you start feeling burn, don't you? We don't want that. We want straight force. So take the rest, make sure you're recovered in between, and stay as close to the razor's edge of your strength, of your max, without touching the max. Get as close as you can. Because even sprinters on the track, if you run 100 and say a 10.7, and we train it, you think I'm gonna have you run it, and that's your 10.7 is your PR. You think I'm gonna ask you to run a 10.7 in training over and over? How you gonna do that? You can run one time probably over the course of 2 weeks, but you can run 95% of that number. So if I ask you to run a 10.9, you can do that 4 or 5 times. Now, how do you think you're gonna run a 10.6? Running a lot of 10.9s. You get it? Same thing. Run a lot of. If I get you run 5 10.9s in the day of the race, we already know like he gonna run a 10.6 a day. You see what I'm saying? After we give you rest, same thing. If he busts 5 sets at 100 pounds, like, oh yeah, next time he come in, he going 105. No question. You see, so there is a formula that you can bank on that's sustainable, guaranteed. This is where I'm gonna be. That's how I know where y'all gonna be, because I'm doing the math. You see what I'm saying? Based on this formula, right? And that's never been explained to you, has it? That's crazy. Anyway, good stuff. Thank you. Yeah, that's crazy. You're supposed to know that.